Only on Fox, he's not a doctor.
But one Valley man claims to cure physical and emotional pain. People who visit the master of energy medicine say that they had to experience it to believe it. Sabra Gertsch has the story.
I already had everything planned.
Glenn Phillips plotted his suicide.
And I was just going to sit in the car in the garage and let it happen.
For 8 years, a prisoner to his pain.
18, 19 different medications just for my heart.
32 pills every morning kept him alive after his heart attack, quadruple bypass surgery, and a slew of complications. Heart disease wrote his death sentence.
They gave me 1 to 2 years. That was it.
They were excruciating.
Stephanie Butler's debilitating headaches kept her out of work and in bed.
I told somebody once that I felt like I was in a coma, but I was awake for like 3 years.
A friend had to help raise her 7- and 11-year-old kids while she tried to manage her pain.
Keep in mind, I'd been to so many doctors and tried so many treatments, and nothing worked.
From every cell of my body.
From every cell of my body.
From my heart and my mind.
From my heart and my mind.
As an absolute last resort, both Stephanie and Glenn turned to energy medicine.
So I'm thinking, okay, great, this guy's just gonna do this little thing, whatever he does, and they're gonna be gone all of a sudden. It just didn't make any sense.
What happens here might not make sense to everyone. It's called Master Energy Medicine.
It felt like needles.
And it is at the fingertips and at the heart of this man.
Well, I was born with it. So when I was younger, I was touching people and they would have, there would be bleeding or tumors, and it would just go away within usually minutes or within days. And I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I could feel energy coming out of my hands.
Alex Hermosillo calls it empathic, the ability to physically feel someone else's pain and rid them of it. He remembers one woman.
As soon as I touched her, I could, my breath was gone. I couldn't breathe, and I could feel pain for about this big here. And she later told me that she had cancer.
The idea may sound provocative, but Alex claims the ability to strip away ailments by pulling the pain from the body's different energy sources.
Well, there's one point on the left foot that I get to put my finger out, and the energy is actually pulled out. It just comes out automatically.
This master of energy healing says his clients suffer everything from cancer to addiction. Victims of rape and abuse come to see him to be both physically and emotionally cleansed.
Okay, repeat after me. I now release.
I now release.
From every cell of my body.
By the end of a 1-hour session, Stephanie wasn't calling it hocus pocus anymore.
When I stood up, and it was gone. I did not have a headache for the first time in years. And I thought to myself, you know, this is worth it if this only lasts for an hour.
No migraines for Stephanie now in 6 months.
I mean, I really don't care what everybody thinks. And if you do it, you feel the energy. You feel the bad energy leaving, you feel the good energy coming back in.
It's a memory, but it's a distant memory now, which is a good thing.
Packed away in his garage, Glenn's old medical scooter. 1 year after his energy treatment, he doesn't need it or his 32 pills anymore. His cardiologist is flabbergasted.
And he came back and checked again and goes back and looks and is shaking his head, and he said, it works for some people. He said, it sure worked for you. Said, you're in perfect shape.
Glenn and his wife hadn't danced together in 8 years. One treatment, and he was back on his feet.
I left there that Friday night. My wife and I went dancing for 2.5 hours.
Sabra Gertsch, Fox 10 News.